The final hours of John McAfee. This is from the Daily Beast. Let's check it out. Seems to have been updated this morning. Barcelona. John McAfee, whose unusual life ranged from brilliant tech engineer to extravagant global fugitive to eccentric jailbird, was strangely reclusive before prison officials in Spain found him dead around 6 p.m. local time, hanging by the neck in his cell in an apparent suicide. Quote, apparent, emphasis on. After the 75-year-old received official word at 4 p.m. yesterday that he would be extradited to the U.S. to face tax evasion charges, McAfee reportedly asked jail workers at the Barcelona prison Brians 2, located in Saint Esteve de Sesvoiver, I'm so sorry, if he could be alone for a few hours in a cell, according to the Spanish daily Diario. I'm so sorry. Normally, a prisoner deemed suicidal would be obliged to be accompanied by another inmate, but McAfee was not considered by prison authorities to be suicidal. Penitentiary rules also allow him the right to time alone. McAfee was nabbed at Barcelona's airport at the request of the U.S. Justice Department on October 3rd, 2020, as he was preparing to board a flight to Istanbul with a British passport. Law enforcement officials had been alerted to his presence after he posted on social media. I love that he posts his posts on like Twitter is what done him in. That's amazing. The ruling by Spain. Okay, blah blah blah. There's no supporting evidence. The High Court. Okay, the court added McAfee's claims had more to do. Okay, we already know. I covered this yesterday. Watch my video from yesterday. While his death is being considered a suicide, prison workers were nevertheless shocked that McAfee had taken his life. One prison official described McAfee as a prisoner for economic crimes with an absolutely normal life. McAfee's death has inspired several inexplicable twists, including a suggestion by former NSA consultant and data privacy advocate Edward Snowden that hacker Julian Assange could be next to die in jail. Whoa! Europe should not extradite those accused of nonviolent crimes to a court system so unfair and prison system so cruel. Now, I'm going to be honest. This guy is running away from paying his taxes, right? He is a billionaire, or at least this like very wealthy multimillionaire. I'm going to be honest. This is one of those instances where I am totally down with the Department of Justice trying to fucking lock people up, globally speaking, for tax evasion. I'm going to be honest, 100% down. Like, as funny and hilarious as John McAfee's, like, you know, little story is, right? And I've got to say, I am a fan of his character arc. I do have to say, the idea of the U.S. tracking people down for tax evasion, I'm down with that. Like, I'm a supporter of that. So, I disagree with Edward Snowden on that one. By the way, Edward Snowden was born in Elizabeth City. Little fun fact. So there you go. In life, McAfee embraced conspiracy theories. While in jail, he wrote that he would never take his own life. I am content in here. I have friends. The food is good. All is well. Know that if I hang myself a la Epstein, it will be no fault of mine, McAfee tweeted last October. He has inspired conspiracy theories in his death as well. On Wednesday, an ominous Instagram post with the letter Q appeared on his official account shortly after reports of his suicide were made public. McAfee's lawyer, Javier Villalba, I'm so sorry, told Reuters on Thursday that McAfee died out of pure fear for what his life would have been like having to face U.S. charges. This is the result of a cruel system, she proclaimed. That had no reason to keep this man in jail for so long. U.S. prosecutors will likely ask the judge overseeing the tax evasion case to dismiss the charges against McAfee in light of his death. So I just have to say, again, I don't think he killed himself. I gotta be 100. I gotta be 100 with y'all. I gotta be 1000% okay. Like, I gotta let you know. I don't think he killed himself. I'm just saying, I think it, like, now, the only possible scenario where I consider John McAfee to have actually killed himself is if he killed himself on purpose as a way to convince people that he didn't kill himself because no one was going to kill him and he thought that it would be anticlimactic if no one killed him in jail. That's the only explanation for why he would have killed himself, is out of spite. That's it. That's all I can think of. Now, I want to say, I want to say I'm still waiting for those 31 terabytes of data on top government officials that it's supposed to be coming out at some point. He said it would be released when he dies, right? So I'm just throwing this out there. I don't think he killed himself. I don't think so. And the only reason I could imagine him killing himself is for spite. And I'll also, again, I love John McAfee's like character story. I think he's hilarious. Again, like during the 2020 primaries, when he was running as a libertarian presidential candidate, and then he couldn't run anymore because he was he was running for the libertarian nomination, and he was running from the United States government. And so he would post these videos where he's on like boats going across the Pacific Ocean or whatever, escaping from authorities. Right, he would like post updates about how like fucking like Coast Guard fucking people were trying to like shoot at him while he's in a speedboat chase out of like Grand Theft Auto. Again, I love John McAfee's character arc all the way up until he was sent to jail. And so this is a good ending. As far as like an ending is concerned, like if I rate this as like, you know, as a story, the ending is pretty good. But I don't think this is the ending. I think John McAfee's got some more tricks up his sleeve. I don't think he's just gonna die without any tricks. That's what I'm like. Something's gonna happen. This story is not over, and I'm waiting for the next part. I'm eagerly awaiting for the next part. So I'm gonna keep y'all posted on this one. I think it's hilarious. But again, I don't think he killed himself, folks. Unless it's for spite. You don't believe a rich guy that knows his goose is cooked and won't have one more enjoyable day ever in his life would kill himself facing that? I don't. I think John McAfee is way too much of a narcissist to kill himself. Unless, again, it's for spite. The only situation I can see him killing himself in is for spite. Whenever someone leaves the house, the doodle, also known as Cheeto, screams at the top of her lungs for at least 2 minutes. I see a heart necklace. This is my mother's necklace. It is the only piece of jewelry I still have from her, so I usually like to wear it. I think his narcissism is exactly why he would. Again, unless for spite, 100%. Do I still have AMC? I sold out of AMC at $60. But anyway, that's the story of John McAfee, folks, for now. And I'll keep y'all posted if there's any more updates, because this is my shit. I love John McAfee. Again, the guy's obviously crazy, but, right, like, it's hilarious. Like, he's hilarious. Everything he's been posting in the last, like, fucking 5 years has just been amazing content. Amazing fucking content.